Live from the Kiss Gower Law Studios. Get the power of Gower. GowerLaw.com. Kiss 107.1 is WTLC Saginaw with Steve Harvey in the morning.
Mornings can't get no better. It's the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
And simply the best R&B all day.
Y'all be jamming?
Listen live on your smartphone, in your car, at work, or live at KissWTLZ.com. We're Kiss 107.1.
Good afternoon, Saginaw, and welcome to Voices of Faith, Transforming the Community. The mission of the Saginaw African American Pastors, known as SAP, in the greater Saginaw County region is that we are a Christian faith group dedicated to addressing racial, social, and economic justice at all levels of community with faith, strength, and boldness in order to ensure that racial equity is the experience of all citizens in Saginaw County. We engage, advocate, collaborate, engaging in intentional conversations with leaders, advocate with systemic change, and collaborate with community and faith-based organizations, agencies, and entities. My name is Pastor Blake Strozier, and I serve as the pastor of the Tabernacle Missionary Baptist Church in the city of Saginaw, Michigan, and I'm a proud member of SAP, and I will be your host for today. With me is the lovely First Lady of the Tabernacle Missionary Baptist Church, and she is going to be my gracious co-host for today in the person of Lady Ashley Strozier. Say hello to the lovely listening audience on this Sunday afternoon, ma'am.
Oh, he's laid it on thick. His gracious co-host. This is what it looks like.
She's Vanna White today.
Yeah, when the wife is submissive and say, "Come on, dear, let's go." But no, I'm happy to be here with you.
And so I'm here. So we're here today just because it's important for us as we're discussing just community issues and as we're going over just things in the community. There's a lot to unpack as we go forward with today. From the last time we were actually engaged and on the air until today. Many of you are probably just getting out of church. Some of you are probably still getting situated from being from church. But I just want to start off by just saying that as we come on the air, it's important that as we go forward, it's important for community unity in times such as these. It's not a part of who shot John or what, violence or what. It's about us coming together as one. And as pastors in SAP, the Saginaw African American Pastors, that's all we focus on about are how we can come together. East side, west side, north side, south side. And so I brought Lady Ashley here because there's so much that is happening in the Saginaw community over the next few weeks or the next few days, and even over the next few months, really, that we can draw from, that we can pull together from. And so I'm going to toot our horn a little bit over on the northeast side of Saginaw because I wanted to over in the Cathay McGill Street neighborhood, we have a lot of activities going on over there. And it's not just, and while Tabernacle is sponsoring a lot of things, I wanted to highlight that these are activities, programs for the entire community to participate in. So if you're interested, you definitely can tune in, be a part of it. So Lady Ashley, if you wanted to go talking about your brunch that's coming up on this upcoming Saturday, you can definitely go in and talk about some of that on this upcoming Saturday.
Well, getting ready to take place at Tabernacle this upcoming weekend. We are celebrating Men and Women's Day. And so this Saturday, we will be hosting our second annual WOW, which stands for a beautiful collaboration of meaning of women. So WOW stands for Women's Oneness Weekend. And our theme this year is the God in Me. And so we are excited to have as our brunch speaker for our second annual Blue Jean and Bling brunch. Our speaker is coming from the Landmark Fellowship Church in Flint, Michigan, and her name is Lady Jamila Lynn. So we are also looking forward to her coming down and fellowshipping with us. And we have a few tickets that are still left. So if you are interested in purchasing a ticket, just call the church office at Tabernacle. We will have those tickets available till Wednesday. And because we don't want anyone to miss out on this amazing fellowship, if you have the desires to go or to attend our brunch, and for some reason you may not have the extra coins in your pocket this week, we know that bills have gone up, consumers has gone up, the cost of eggs and cheese and all of that has gone up. But if you are desiring to be a part of a wonderful spirit-filled women's fellowship this Saturday that happens to come with a delicious brunch as well, just get in contact with the church, send the church's Facebook page a message, and we will make sure that we have you reserved a spot on our list. It's not about raising money. It's not about getting as many tickets sold. We want those that have the desire to be present in the spirit of the Lord and to be able to fellowship and feel the encouragement from other women. If that is what you desire, we will certainly make a spot for you if for some reason you don't have the funds to pay for a ticket. Also on Sunday, we are looking forward to hosting the famous, the phenomenal, such a wonderful woman known as First Lady Beatrice Manning from Corinthian Missionary Baptist Church. She will be our Sunday morning speaker for Women's Day. So lots of great things in store for the women that want to come over and fellowship with those of us at Tabernacle. And I'm just looking forward to a wonderful weekend. Women's Day is one of those things growing up where I remember looking up to the older women of the church, how they carried themselves, how they had so much pride and class and dignity about themselves, and just
Yes.
being able to pass that on to the other generations, the ones that I'm a part of and those younger than me. We want to keep those traditions going, but we also want to make sure that everybody has a place. So that's the special thing that Women's Day and Women's Weekend and all the brunches you may see across the city, those are those things, that events, those church traditions that we like to keep going. But as we keep them going, we keep them current and add something special to it. So you're looking to come on Saturday? Yes, you can wear your blue jeans. Yes, you can wear your blue jean skirt. Matter of fact, you don't have to wear on anything blue. Whatever you show up in, just come feeling your best and know that you're going to walk away feeling even better.
It's about empowerment. And I think in this society that we live in, everyone needs to be empowered. Everyone needs to be told that it's important to feel important, valued, that your presence is needed in this world. It's so often that we live in areas and live in communities where we feel marginalized, where we don't feel appreciated, where we don't feel like our voice matters. And it's important that we feel that we feel that, even though I live on the Northeast side, my voice matters. Even though I may not have a Cadillac, I may not have the top car, but I do matter in this community. I do have a voice. I do have a purpose. And you know what? I do have a purpose in Christ, and I do have God has a purpose for my life. So I really wanted to highlight that with your program because I see the value in it, and I know that there are women in Saginaw and the vicinity who probably are like, okay, how can I be a part of this? What can I do on Saturday? I'm not, I may have something going on, but I want to be a part of it. Or even if I can't be a part of it, how can I support it? How can I donate to it? Or if there's any other programming that may be out there that may be going on that you might be a part of, how can I support that so that we can be supportive in uplifting women and uplifting families and uplifting children and uplifting young ladies? Because it's a bigger thing out there right now than just uplifting just a community or just uplifting a church. There's hundreds of people in our neighborhoods and in our communities that need to feel that uplift.
And then I think it's important that while we are uplifting those in the community, we got to make sure we remember at a point in our lives when we were struggling, where everything didn't come together, and try to put ourselves in their shoes and just be open and available and willing to just offer love where it's needed. Right now, with
Oh,
everything
watch
that's
out
going
now.
on in the world, we need more love than anything. I was at an event yesterday that was about uplifting young girls and teenagers, and the adult class that I happened to lead was filled with a lot of parents and caregivers, and we took the time to write letters, just physical letters, pen to paper, writing letters to the other girls that were in the workshops in attendance. Because when was the last time a young lady actually received a handwritten letter saying, words of encouragement, just uplifting them, just saying, if days get hard at school, just hang in there. It's okay to ask for help, but keep going. I believe in you. And so we think about all the negativity in the world, and it's, I tell you, dear, all the time, turn the news off. I don't want to go to sleep listening to that, because we have to be cautious.
My wife has told
into.
me to stop listening to Fox, and I've started listening to more superhero movies at night just because of that. Because I had a bad habit of listening to the news and listening to the news cycle, and I'll even be honest, listening to recurring, information going on YouTube. And the one thing it did was raise my blood pressure every night. And I go to sleep just steaming mad about something, and I wake up in the same predicament. But I've noticed that some things I can't change. And when you realize, okay, Lord, deliver me from the things I can't change. Deliver me from the things I know I have no control over. And it changes your life when you say, okay, what can I do to encourage myself? What can I do to uplift myself? What can I do to understand that, okay, I can't change this. So instead of me trying to get upset about something I can't change, what can I do to uplift myself or to encourage myself that, you know what, I can't change it, but I can change me. I can better myself so that I can have a better outlook on what I'm looking at right now.
Yeah, it's about using our time that we have that's left in the day to use it for positive, use it for good things, and not waste it on things, like you said, that you cannot change. It does not matter how many times you watch the news, at 5, at 6, at 12, 11. At 4, at 5, at 6. And again, the cycle completes and it repeats itself. But
the news doesn't change.
It's
the same thing at 5, 6, and 11. It just is a different person sitting behind the desk. Shout out to Channel 5 and Channel 7.
We love all the news stations.
Shout out to all the news channels. Like, we're not trying to say 12, we don't watch you guys, but WNEL. Just saying the news does not change. It might change with just the length of information, but the news stays consistent. And if you constantly are watching it, it's only going to raise your blood pressure, or in some cases, it's going to frustrate you even more.
Right. And it's important to stay current, but at the same time, we have to filter what we're filling in with our minds and in our spirits, and stay current, but you don't have to keep track of it every time the news come on. There's other things you can be doing with that time. That's why it's important, to maximize those times with your families, with your friends, with doing some self-care. Matter of fact, open up the Bible, and you want to read something good. You want a good story. My grandparents would always say the Bible got everything in it. So everything that you watch it on TV, on your favorite TV show, you saw it first in the Bible. So it's just about how you spend your time and how you maximize what's best for you.
The Bible said there's nothing new under the sun. Whatever has been done in the Bible is happening right now. So if you want to see how to get through it, just open up the Bible, because if they got through it, you can get through it. If they got through Nebuchadnezzar, there's a Nebuchadnezzar right now, and if they got through theirs, you can get through yours.
Most definitely.
So going back to what we were talking about. So we were talking about, we've got a few minutes before we go on our break, about the Women's Weekend. So going back to contact information, can you give us more information about who to contact and where to contact, so they can, if they want to get in contact with you, they can. I know, again, I'm not trying to give a commercial for Tabernacle, but this is for the entire community. So, this is for us to uplift, to bring encouragement to people in Saginaw, to the Saginaw Valley, to people that are in the community that just want to be uplifted. And Lady Jamila Lynn is a wonderful speaker, and everyone in Saginaw, Michigan, in this region knows Beatrice Manning. And shout out to Lady Beatrice Manning, and of course Reverend Dr. Roy L. Manning, who is celebrating his anniversary right now at the Corinthian Missionary Baptist Church, who is retiring this year. We definitely want to honor and recognize him for the years of service as the pastor of the Corinthian Missionary Baptist Church, and as our Wolverine State Baptist Convention president, and as our Saginaw Valley Baptist District Association moderator for the years of service that he's done. I believe it's 33 years. So definitely want to recognize them for the services that they rendered. And we know the jewel that Lady B has been over the years in my wife and our lives, to our family, to our children, and even to us individually as pastor and as first lady. So I definitely want to recognize the jewel that she is, and she's going to be our speaker. And for those that have not heard Lady B speak, she is definitely a dynamic orator. So go ahead with the information.
So the phone number to Tabernacle's office is 989-753-5282. Again, that number is 989-753-5282. You can get in contact with our church secretary, Sister Doris Battle, and she'll be able to take care of you and make arrangements. If you are looking to get in contact with me because you have some questions, feel free to follow me on Facebook. My name is Ashley N. Strozier, but also my phone number is area code 810-610-4900. That's how much faith I have in this event, this wonderful weekend. I'm not concerned about putting my phone number on the radio. It's been the same for 14 years. So, that's what you get when you are an educator. You work with children and families. And you know what? Pass my number to somebody that needs some help. So either contact the church or contact myself, but we will make sure that if you want to purchase a ticket, we will make that happen. But if you're looking to attend and you may not have the funds, just give us a call. We'll take care of you. That's what God would want us to do.
That's it. And I admire that if that's what we're charged as Christians to do what we can to help the least, the left out, the looked over. And so that's a major point. So if you're in the Saginaw Valley area on Saturday and you would like to be a part of the brunch, and if you're saying, you know what, Lady Ashley, I don't have it, that's no excuse. You are more than able and more than welcome to contact the church office, contact Lady Ashley, contact her committee, and they will make sure that you have access and that you are able to attend. And the food will be delicious, but the bread that Lady Jamila Lynn will break will be a lot better as well. So I'm looking forward to a wonderful report from what will be taking place during that time as well. And just as we were talking about, so let me ask you this, as we prepared, we got couple minutes. What are some things, well, I just heard 5. What are some things that you feel are necessary in this day and age that you just mentioned, women back in the day with Women's Day and finding, just how we looked at them? Because I remember back in the day when I was in Flint, Women's Day and how they had that approach. What are some things that we can draw from the old way traditions that we need to bring into the new age, so that we can empower people, empower our young ladies to kind of strengthen themselves in this day and age?
I think it's about being approachable, making sure that the content that you're trying to share with everyone is something that anyone of any age can draw from, even as young as our children. Our youngest now is 4 years old, but
going on 40.
Well, yeah. But even a 4-year-old is able to capture something while attending a church service, whether it's an event like ours or whatever setting you put a child in, they're going to absorb something from it. So always making sure that you're approachable, that you have content that can reach across all age dynamics, and then making sure that the environment is welcoming. Not everyone has grown up in church like we have since diapers. Sometimes Christ is introduced to those after they are, after a new age. And just always making sure that where someone may meet Christ is not where they're starting at. That's not their ending point, but that's just a trajectory point. So making sure that trajectory point is a good spot for them. And if you're happy to be in that vicinity, you want to make sure that you're assisting with that trajectory. You don't want to be the downfall. You don't want to be the blocker from Christ or the blocker to Christ. You want to make sure that if someone is in your presence, that they're able to see Christ through you. And that's why our theme, God and Me, is so important. That's something that a baby can pull from. That's something that our middle school child could pull from, because as they're walking through the hallways of school, it's important that they're comfortable to show the God in them. We can remember times where, it wasn't cool to go to church, wasn't cool to go to youth meeting on Saturdays, but then you link up with the right people.
We were
strange.
Yeah,
we were different,
Wait, I got a story to
Go
tell.
ahead.
I got a story to tell. So, and I laugh about this sometimes, to our listening audience, because for those who know my story, I came from out of the Antioch Baptist Church in Flint, Michigan. And so my wife came out of First Trinity, Dr. F.O. Hockenhull. I was out of Antioch, Pastor Lewis Randolph. And so we were considered by my wife's church as the bad kids. And she's smirking at me as she's talking, as she's laughing, because we always came there, our white tees, our jeans, sagging. And we come into youth meeting kind of looking like, what's up? And they be over there in their, nice pressed dresses and, shirts and
we
ties.
had on our colors, our sunshine yellow, our red for junior red, senior red circle.
And Pastor Payne from Galilean Influence, listen right now, he knows those colors. And we came in looking like, and they would always be like, oh, it's the Antioch people. And we'd be like, yeah, it's us. It's us. This is here. But it would be, but that's who we were. And we still value Christ, but it was seen as, no, if you're going to dress like that, that's not, you're not cool if you're going to dress like you're going to church. But nowadays, I'm sitting here in a pair of suspenders and a tie with a chain on. And I'm like, this is my normal church wear. Like, I walked into Kroger today like this, and somebody was like, that's weird. I'm like, no, it's church day. Like, this is what you wear to church. This is acceptable to me to wear to church. But you want that to be seen. You want God to be seen in you. So to me, this is what you wear. But for anyone that wants to come to church, you should be able to let God be seen in you. It doesn't matter what you're wearing, what you have on. You should want people to see the God in you in whatever you're wearing, because that's what is valuable for God to see.
That's right. You don't have to have on an 8-piece suit in order for God to know that, or in other ways for people to see that God is in you.
Another shot in the darkness, I see.
Yeah, no 8-piece suits are required.
My 8-piece suit. She's throwing darts at me about an 8-piece suit. Getting ready to go on a commercial break. But we will be right back in a few moments. We're going to continue with my lovely co-host with Vanna White over here. The lovely Ashley Strozier. We'll be right back in a few minutes. So stay tuned, Saginaw.
You're listening to the Saginaw African American Pastors on KISS 107.1.
Save big money on your interior stains and finishes now at Menards. Provide exceptional color to your staining project with Minwax Color Series. It applies evenly and dries fast with just one coat. Get a quart of Minwax Color Series wood stain in over 240 colors on sale now through September 28th. Save big on Minwax wood stains. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
McDonald GMC Cadillac Hummer in Saginaw. Employee pricing for everyone. New GMC 2500 heavy-duty diesel Sierra. $12,000 off MSRP. With no down, no payments until December, or no interest financing on every clearly marked new GMC Hummer or Cadillac in stock. We're bigger. We're better. We're professional grade. State Street, Saginaw. McDonald GMC. Approved credit, not all will qualify. Plus tax, title, license, and 280 title and registration process. Fee bonus cash with qualified 2020 renewal trade. Plus dealer discount on Sierra SLE through GMF. EV Hummer 2778 per thousand. Offer valid on heavy-duty SLE. Negative equity refinance. Rebates and incentives to dealer. Offers not in combination. Expires October 3rd.
Here's a tale of Becky. Didn't know what to do with new meds prescribed and no real cost clue.
She squinted at prices, that can't be right. Then tapped GoodRx and saw the light.
She can get a deal. Book telehealth if she feels.
Learn about those meds without any stress. That one little app does all the rest. Even my horse downloaded it. Dang, save time and money on prescriptions.
Check GoodRx. GoodRx is not insurance.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams Super Sale and get 40% off paints and stains September 19th through the 24th. With prices starting at $29.39, it's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your interior or exterior, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store or shop the sale online. Delivery available on qualifying orders. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Looking for a job is lonely. Endless searching, phone calls that go nowhere, applications that vanish into thin air. What if you could link with dozens of local companies who are hiring right now with just one connection? That's Express Employment Professionals. Find us at expresspros.com. One connection, endless opportunities, and no fees ever for job seekers. Express Employment Professionals. expresspros.com.
Ready to get movie Saginaw? Join us for the Be Well Saginaw Strides Toward Wellness event series on Saturday, September 27th, starting and ending at the Saginaw YMCA. Whether you're a seasoned runner or just starting out on your fitness journey, we've got an event for you. Choose from the 10K, 5K, double challenge, and free 3K Turtles and Hairs event, perfect for all ages and abilities. The 3K and 5K courses wind through the scenic Saginaw Children's Zoo, so you'll enjoy a wild adventure along the way. And it's more than just a race. Stick around for food trucks, entertainment, and community resources that'll keep the good vibes going all morning long. Don't miss out on this chance to stride toward wellness with your friends and neighbors. Sign up today and take the first step toward a healthier you. To register, visit BeWellSaginaw.org. See you at the starting line.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
RocketGrabPlus.com. Looking for the perfect deal? Rocket Grab Plus has you covered. Right now, you can score amazing deals like half off a $25 voucher to Old World Pizzeria in Saginaw, yours for only $12.50. Or head over to the SVRC Marketplace to snag a half off deal from Durf's Deli, where you can get a $30 voucher for just $15. Go to RocketGrabPlus.com right now for these deals and more before it's too late.
RocketGrabPlus.com.
Mid-Michigan. It's the season of sweaters, spice, and cars that are nice. Ryan Wasik here from Bell Wasik GMC Buick, your only local Buick dealer and home of the lifetime warranty. And this month, I've brewed up the perfect blend of savings and selection. And you can save up to $3,000 based on the price of the nicer, newer car you pick. So if your old ride's got you stewing and brewing, let's spice things up with a deal that's too hot to handle. Because you deserve to cruise around town in a car that you love and you saved a latte on. You could save up to $3,000. Here at Bell Wasik GMC Buick, we're all about acceptance and affordability. My solution specialists serve up hot approvals and spicy deals. They'll help you drive a nicer, newer car you love with a monthly payment that won't shake your leaves this fall. So spice up your commute and save a latte in the process, up to $3,000 based on the nicer, newer car you pick. But hurry, this deal's only brewing until the end of the month. I'm Ryan Wasik, and I'm your dealer for the people. See all the fresh brewed rides at RyanApproved.com. That's RyanApproved.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. Vehicle purchase price determines actual discount. Offer absolutely ends September 30th, 2025.
And now back to the Saginaw African American Pastors on KISS 107.1.
We are back from our commercial break, and speaking with Lady Ashley and myself. We are going to continue with our broadcast for this afternoon. All right. Well, I'm going to yield to my co-host for this afternoon. Lady Ashley, take it away.
So, Pastor Strozier, and thinking about the event that Tabernacles Men are hosting next Friday, why a barbershop fellowship? I mean, could you want to explain why you picked that of all things to bring the men together? What is it about a man and a fresh haircut?
It's not really about a fresh haircut. We all know that at most barbershops, a lot of conversation is had, a lot of business is done, a lot of current events are discussed. And in today's society, a lot of young men are missing that. And so I wanted to provide our youth with the opportunity to feel that barbershop feel in their own community. And so that's the whole purpose of it. We're calling it the second annual Boys to Men Barbershop Fellowship. And it's going to be at Tabernacle on this upcoming Friday from 3:30 till 6 p.m. We've gotten sponsorships from a few of our community partners, Consumers Energy, Team One Credit Union. And we're going to be providing 25 free haircuts in the community for the first 25 people to sign up. We have we've partnered with Arthur Eddy's Academy this year, and if there's anyone in the Saginaw area that would like to have a free haircut for their youth, you can call the church office. We have that number 753-5282. You can call Tuesday through Thursday Thursday is the cutoff day. So Thursday is the cutoff day. If you're interested in signing, you can go by the church or you can call the church and you can submit your child's name. But we are cutting it off on Thursday. 25 names, 25 people. That is what we're trying to do. But we want to do this for the community, for our children over in the northeast corner of Saginaw, to provide them opportunity to feel good, because not only is the barbershop an important part of our community, but it also is an esteem and a self-esteem builder. We know that some people can't get to the barbershop, that some people don't have the ability to get a haircut every week. And so for somebody to get a haircut, it definitely is a booster to their self-image. And so for them to be provided that that boost, that feel of feeling important, even feeling that cape go around your neck. I know for me, every time I got a haircut as a little kid, just feeling that cape go around my neck made me feel good. It's just knowing that, okay, it's the weekend. It's time for me to get a haircut. So just having that feel, it makes the difference. So that's two of the reasons why we're doing the barbershop fellowship.
Okay, and then tell us about Men's Day on Sunday afternoon.
So Men's Day on Sunday afternoon, we're getting ready to have, of course, the Men of Tabernacle are excited to have Men's Day, but it's not just your average Men's Day at Tabernacle, because we believe in celebrating Men's Day with the entire community. So it's not just the Men of Tabernacle. We're going to have the fellowship in the community with the barbershop fellowship on Friday evening. We're going to have one of a licensed master barber coming in from out of town who will be in place to cut hair from 3:30 till 6 p.m. We're also going to have conversations. We're going to have pizza. It's going to be a great time of fellowship. Then on Saturday, we're going to have the opportunity for us to have breakfast at Golden Corral. So while the ladies are going to be at the church and the fellowship hall having brunch, the brothers and men of all ages, if you're interested and want to fellowship with the Brothers of Tabernacle or the brothers in general, you can come and be with us at Golden Corral. Over here up to Wasi, you would be more than happy to join us for breakfast at Golden Corral, and we would be more than happy to have you as we just sit fellowship. We talk junk, we sit there, talk sports, but more importantly, it's the fellowship. And we talk Bible, we talk scripture, we encourage each other, we pray for each other. And it's a good time for us to come together and for us to encourage each other. And what better way for men to come together and to encourage each other than in times such as these? Then, of course, we'll have our choir rehearsal for the Men of Tabernacle. But then on Sunday evening at 2 p.m., we will have our Men's Day observance. One of my good friends, the pastor of the Mount Olive Institutional Baptist Church, Pastor Joshua Daniels, will be our speaker at 2 p.m. And we will close out our Men and Women's Day observance on Sunday with that. So I'm looking forward to a great time in the Lord as we recognize not just our community, because that's what Men and Women's Day is. At Tabernacle, we don't look at it as just an insular moment of us to just do something inside with just the men and women of our church. It's a time for us to take our ability to reach out beyond and go into the world. How can we make impact in the community? How can we be impactful to the sisters in the community? How can we be impactful to the young brothers going to Arthur Eddy, and to the young men that are in Saginaw Middle, and to the young men at Saginaw United? How can we be impactful to the young men and young ladies in Saginaw Valley or CMU? How can we make their lives better, knowing that there's a group of people in Northeast Saginaw, not just at Tabernacle, but just in the community, that's concerned about them, that's trying to enrich their life and better their life for them and their circumstances.
Well, all of that sounds amazing. So, as we're getting ready to peek off into the holiday seasons, the holidays are just around the corner. I've already seen flyers for amazing truck or treats and fall festivals going on, and the weathers are changing, the leaves are changing colors.
If you can't tell, my voice is definitely getting there, and
allergies are kicking in.
Allergies are definitely it's definitely changing. And usually September is usually the barrier month, where October is the month where everyone usually starts to tip off and go in their separate ways. But seasons are changing, people. The trees are starting to change, and allergy seasons are already kicking off. But we definitely have a lot of activities in the Saginaw area that are getting ready to kick off. We know homecoming is getting ready to come around the corner for Saginaw United. I know there are a lot of different activities coming up. We know it's a great opportunity, and I am so encouraged by the BV, by Buena Vista's recent acquisition of moving over to the old BV High School. That's a great opportunity for them to expand their program and expand opportunities. There's so much happening in this community, and it's a great time to be in Saginaw. And so I want to encourage our listeners and those that are around here to see the great things happening in our community. And even things happening in your neighborhoods. I know that we have a lot of things that need improvement. We know that there's a lot of things that need to be fine-tuned. But I'm encouraged. Me and Lady Ashley, we spend a lot of time up in Saginaw now. Quite often we're in Saginaw more than we're at our home in Flint. And the reason is because we're become more invested in this community because we know that there are people here that we care about. There's a community here that we're invested in. And we know that there is a thriving, that there's an amount of interest and devotion and dedication in making things happen in Saginaw. So I know that it's difficult in a lot of different situations, but just hold on, just be patient, just stay encouraged. Just know that, yes, it's difficult, but things are changing and things are going to turn around. We have the NAACP banquet is coming up, and I know that there are a few people that will be honored coming up in a few weeks, and we definitely want to support that because we definitely want to support the NAACP branch because we know, listen, Saginaw, we know that this is going to be a pivotal inflection moment in the history of our country. And NAACP has done a tremendous amount of work towards what needs to be done for our people.
And we cannot mention the NAACP without reminding individuals, if you are not registered to vote, you can now do so electronically. You can do it right from your cellular device. You can go to the Secretary of State's website, look up your registration, check your polling site, make sure that if you had any major life changes, if you changed your last name, if you've changed your address, if you recently got married, you need to re-register. You need to check your registration. You need to make sure your information is correctly filed with the state of Michigan because you have the right to vote, but it's our responsibility as voters to make sure that our information is in line. So if you need to get in contact with somebody, don't know how to do so, please get in contact with, you can get in contact with myself. Earlier this week, we celebrated National Voters Registration Day, and I was able to have a conversation with 70 different people at the Flint Farmers Market. Sometimes people just don't know where to go. So even though we are not voting for a president this year, some people see this as not a big election year. Every time that there is a ballot printed, we need to get to the polls. Little decisions, big decisions. No, there's no little or big. They are all big decisions because without your vote, you are not spoken for, and that leaves that void for somebody else to speak up for you. So we have to get into the system of changing those individuals' mindset that says, oh, my vote doesn't matter, it doesn't count anymore, they already know who's going to win before election day gets here. We need to throw all that nonsense out. Your vote matters. Everybody's voice matters. And if you are not registered to vote, if you have a young person that will be of legal voting age next year, they can register early and just kind of have it in pending status. But let's just make sure that we are getting everybody to the polls every single time they're open.
And I was just about to pull up the because I wanted to bring this to our attention because my wife loves my wife oftentimes says that I'm a creature of numbers. The last election was decided by less than a million votes. The last election in the state of Michigan was decided by, I believe, close to about 150,000 votes. So when we say that our votes don't matter, they do matter. County by county, city by city, street by street, house by house, ward by ward. So when we talk about this election in our communities, it's important. So the NAACP, did you want to talk more about that, Lady Ashley, just about just voting and just where they can vote? I know the county has voting locations. If there's anything you wanted to say about that.
Just if you have any questions about where to vote, go to the Secretary of State's website. There are so many nonpartisan organizations, nonprofits in the community that will help you assist with that process if you need some guidance. But also think about the example that we're setting for our children.
Right.
I know since I had children, now our children are ages 15, 13, 5, and 4. But every time we have an election, I take all the kids with me. They see me cast my vote. They walk away with a sticker because I want them to see that this is normal. This is normal behavior. We go to the voting polls, we cast our vote, we say a prayer, and we let the system work its way out. It may not always work out the way we want it to work out, but at least I made my choice and I submitted it. So think about that. Think about the next time you go to the polls. Take your child, take your grandchild, take your niece and nephew. They need to see what it looks like for us to be active citizens. You cannot be active and not casting your vote. You can sit on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and all of that, making your complaints. But if you are not casting your vote, all you're doing is popping off hot air, and it's not getting us anywhere.
There's so many people who sit on Facebook, sit on TikTok, and they complain. And you ask them, "Did you vote?" Well, no. Well, then I don't want to hear it. If you did not vote, then I don't want to hear your, this person did this. I don't agree with this. If you had the opportunity to vote and you chose not to, regardless if you liked policies or regardless if you liked the personalities, if you did not vote, then you do not have a say. And your say cannot be used in that time frame if you did not use it wisely. So that's what I want to say about that. So anything else you want to say about voting? We kind of are just going not off the cuff, but we kind of covered a wide range of things today between women empowerment, male support, and reaching our young people and young men, community outreach and community engagement, voting in the city of Saginaw and Saginaw County. A few other things we might want to touch on before we get out of here. I know that we also have a few activities that we're going to be engaging in with Arthur Eddy and with a few other community organizations with SAP. And we definitely want you to continue to support. SAP is definitely getting ready to start moving in a few things. And for all of you pastors, if you're interested in being a part of SAP, please reach out to our president, Bishop Hurley Coleman, who's doing a tremendous job in working with pulling our pastors together. We definitely want to recognize our founding pastor, our founding president, rather, the Reverend Dr. Craig Tatum of the New Life Baptist Ministries, who has done a wonderful job of leading us. Now we're under the leadership of Bishop Hurley J. Coleman, who is doing a yeoman's job as well. Definitely want to recognize them as well as our additional leadership that is leading us forward. SAP is truly in the forefront of a lot of different organizations and working towards advancing the call on our life to support different agencies, organizations, and making sure that we have a voice at the table in Saginaw. As I said, there's a lot of things happening in Saginaw, but the question is, are we being represented at the table? I believe there was someone that said, if you're not at the table, you probably are on the menu. And that is being said very, very often, that we need to be at the table. And SAP has been at the table for a lot of different reasons and a lot of different opportunities. And I want to thank those pastors that have made it a priority to make sure that the pastors represented the people and the people were represented at the tables when different decisions were made in the city of Saginaw. Anything you want to say? I know we got a couple minutes before we close out, Lady Ashley, but is anything else you wanted to say before we got ready to finally close some things out?
I'm just looking forward to what will come in the next couple of months. I'm excited to make it out to a football game. I love football. I love the fall. Let me put an emphasis on that. I love high school football. I love seeing youth get out, being engaging, being on teams. Now, if there's a good marching band there, that just puts me in a better spirit. But I love being able to get out and support our youth. I know we have a gentleman at our church that plays for Carlton. So, I haven't been to a Carlton game yet. So it's just
Big up, Zay.
it's just all about, getting out here and supporting our youth. That's what's really big to me. I love going down to the market and getting a delicious salad. It's like just getting out, enjoying the fall weather before it gets, snow and ice on the road.
Big ups to all the small businesses at SVRC for all the work that they do, and definitely for I forgot who the popcorn lady is, but that popcorn is always popping. Definitely want to recognize just all the small businesses that definitely make Saginaw a very special place.
And then, I also plan on making some special time to go visit my favorite spot to take pictures, the Selfie Shop, owned by Tanisha Brooks, the good old Dr. Nene. But I know she has a month long of events going on celebrating her birthday. So if you love taking selfies, go take a professional selfie. Go by the Selfie Shop. Go check her out. Tell her Ashley sent you. But it's just, it's so many good things going on in Saginaw right now. I can't even list them all, but I'm enjoying being able to capture all these special moments, taking our family out. Like we spent time this summer at the Children's Museum with the girls and our big kids, and even our 15 and 13-year-old had a ball at the Children's Museum. So, it's just capturing those special moments.
And I also know that we're getting ready to open up the Saginaw United football field and field house in October. So looking forward to not the groundbreaking, but the ribbon cutting. So I know that's going to be an exciting time for us to cut the ribbon on that. Big ups to Superintendent Roberts and to the entire Saginaw School Board for actually finishing this project. I'm going to throw some shade. I need to talk to your people in Flint about how they can finish a project. But to all the people that are in Saginaw that are actually actively engaged in making things work, it's truly a momentous time to be in this community. And I'm grateful for the work that's being done in Saginaw because it is truly inspiring to see all things coming together.
Yeah, and if there's somebody that's listening that can send us a Facebook link on where we can buy some Saginaw United t-shirts or a jersey, we want to make sure we got on the right gear when we're going to the game. So, drop that in our inbox because we want to make sure we show our support loudly and proudly.
Absolutely. So again, our women's weekend at Tabernacle is going to be on Saturday with their brunch. If you need tickets, the number is 753-5282. The men's barbershop free haircuts for the first 25 will be Friday from 3:30 till 6. Same number. You can contact them. Men's Day at 2, Women's Day at 10. You can contact the church for more information for that. We also want to say on behalf of SAP, we definitely are praying for the Ham family and the passing of our first Black mayor, Wilmer Jones Ham. And we definitely want to continue to keep the family and the city of Saginaw lifted. Listen, we're getting ready to get out of here. We are so encouraged. And I want to say to my lovely co-host, my wife of 8 years now, we just are getting back in from a vacation, but I'm so grateful that she was able to come join me live after a 2 p.m. service at the church, to come join me live after a Sunday morning service, Sunday school, and 2 p.m. service to come be here with us. Thank you. And on National Wife Appreciation Day, thank you for being with us today, and happy Appreciation Day to you. So I think that's it for today. Again, we're out of time. I want to thank Alpha Media, KISS 107.1 for this platform, our engineer, Mr. Matthew Lester, Tabernacle Baptist Church. You know I love you. And Saginaw African American Pastor for this opportunity. Thought for your day. Stay encouraged. Everything will be all right. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday.